Smith. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Here's Sims. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Now Sims. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Jalen Hyatt, his intended receiver.
But it's going to be second down.
When you talk about the Seahawk defense,
right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass. So 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Wide open receiver complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
A first down carry for Smith. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
On the run, it's Smith. And he will maneuver his way down about the 7. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sims. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His 11th touchdown on the year.
And the Cardinals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Extra point forthcoming. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And he returns this to the 22. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 25, here's 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
19 tight. 19 tight. Go street. Go. Hey, Crash.
To throw now, here's Sanders.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
10 yards and a Seattle first down. The Seahawks had a woeful 2-9 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Buffalo 18. Here we go. Cowboy 80. Trap 60. Ready.
Now Sanders.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming up for the last game. You're playing on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
3rd and 2.
19. 60 Maverick. 19 Lions. Go.
Goes to the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 35.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
19 Tiger. 7 Pirates. Warriors 70.
From the shotgun, Sanders. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Look at this Arizona defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Okay, break. Unlock line. Ready.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Buffalo 18.
Here's Sanders. And he's got it. Out of the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown play. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And the Cardinals first down.
Back to throw now on first down. Got a man, it's London. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
It's a gain of 5.
Now 2nd and 5.
At the 41-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Sims. Going to throw right side here, complete. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll be taken down at the 44. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd down, here's Smith again. And a short game down to about the 33. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's
back to throw. Sims. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to get in that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who played best, and don't worry about the rest of them.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here we go. Start. Now the line. Chapter 11. Chapter 11. Ready?
Sanders. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Out of the gun here, Sanders. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Inside handoff, Smith. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Ready, set. 19, Tiger, 19.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down. Sims. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
That's good. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
They were backed up to start the drive. But how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Sanders to throw.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ramsey. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. Crack all 80. Trap 60. Trap 60.
To throw is Sanders.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And this returnable for Hines.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Sims. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
From the gun on 3rd down. Sims.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
38-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Here we go.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
Come on. Hit. Tap the 60. Tap the 60. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. '79 Broncos. Ready.
Throwing, Sanders.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Okay, ready.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Okay, 70 Timberwolves.
Back to throw. Sanders. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Now it's Ellington to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people would think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think they get back in balance. It'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Now a second and 10.
70 range, 70 range. Let's go now. Cougar 19, Dragon 60. Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready.
Looking to throw. Sanders. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, the defense obviously could not have drawn up a better start to the second half. They're holding on to that slim lead, just looking for a stop. Not only do they get the stop, Charles, they get the pick six.
Another example that life comes at you fast, doesn't it? One play ago, they're defending a slim lead coming out of the break. Now they're one more stop away from thinking about a possible put-away drive.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Now it's Ellington to return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines growing for it very well. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to return.
7 yards there and a first down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Here we go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll get this up to about the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a second and 2. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And at a 42-yard line here and brought down there.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe. There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Hey, smash. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll run with Hall. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Call again. But he will go backwards as he stopped for a loss. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jaden Higgins, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Seahawks 14.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Throwing to start the drive. Sims. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But it's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
A gain of 43 yards.
From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonas Sanker. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back at their own 17. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, certainly they run into the scenario they had last time. Charles, remember they had a short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running. And it's a fumble. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Play action. It's Sanders. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Second and 14. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. Jaden Higgins with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a fourth quarter lead. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to a go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day one of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
Hey, Fred. Ready.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And his kick is indeed good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. But it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now, answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
Give to Smith out of the gun. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How they've done it so successfully.
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. They go back to the ground with Smith.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who will control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. No tougher place to be in a spot like this than Seattle. Here's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
He's back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Smith.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with a little gain.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
A gain of 6.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
It's a gain of 6. And
Smith up the middle.
First down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd down.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his helmet. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Back to throw. Manning, he hits him in stride. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Now 1st and goal.
Here's Sims. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now?
Well, win it right now, have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away.
Now it's Ellington to return.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So it's the Cardinals set to receive it. They'll look for a winning drive as we get this overtime period started.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have fought hard to reach this point. They've got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, it would quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here, at least get 3, and hopefully for them a touchdown.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of this player nowadays. And that's 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here's a give to Smith. Fighting down past the 45. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now Sims. Here's a diving catch right side. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go to the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs, they give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know you got playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now. Someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
Yeah, that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. To the left side, he's got his tight end Loveland. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And the Cardinal first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in, and it's hard to defend. But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yards runs, and goes to one of those.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Final minute of overtime. Remember, of course, no double overtime. So it's a tie if it ends like this. It's 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. Sims. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's now
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have regained the lead. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
This will be fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. So it'll be a touchback, and that ball will be placed at the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously a touchdown would win it. Now a first throw here in overtime. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
That's good.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back.
Panther 11, Panther 60, Panther 6, 19 tight, 19 tight. Trap 60, trap 60. Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he is caught at the 10-yard line.
And you just had the feeling when they took the field for this drive, they meant business. They knew a field goal would keep the game going, but a touchdown would end it here in overtime. And that nearly did it right there. What a play to put them in position to win this ball game.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Cards, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on